If you're watching this video, this guy's done exactly what you might be considering doing.
If you like health and fitness, if you got the Swamp Rabbit Trail, you got everybody. That's one great thing about out here too, is a lot of people are outside. You got the biking industry. The people out here are happy. Everybody has a smile on their face. Nobody is stressed out of their minds. If I could do this differently, what would I do? And I came up with nothing.
Get here sooner.
Get here sooner.
Faster.
Oh, there it is.
Hey everybody, I'm Reed Gray, local realtor here in Greenville, South Carolina, and I'm stoked to be sitting down today with Jesse Nicasio. Jesse, thanks for joining me.
Hey, you're very welcome, Reed. It is a pleasure. Thank you for having me on.
Well, we were just talking a second ago. This is a full circle moment.
This truly is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's so cool for you to be in this seat when at one point you were on the other side of this camera, and you've been successful. You've been in Greenville for a little while now. But you and I had been talking for a while about this kind of new segment of the channel called Get to Know Greenville. And, you were really encouraging with it, which I appreciate.
Thank you.
But I want to kind of give your story today, what you've done, how you chose Greenville, and maybe give these viewers a little bit of insight to what could help them be successful when they choose to relocate to Greenville. So that's kind of what's on tap today. But Get to Know Greenville, it's something that I'm super excited about to help familiarize you guys with our area, important people here, maybe resonate with your story and what you're looking to achieve. Because at the end of the day, I can tell you all about Greenville real estate, but the community here is something that is so special. So I want to demonstrate that a little bit better this year. As always, thank you to Harrison Williamson with Cross Country Mortgage for helping make this video possible today. When you're moving here and you're not paying with cash, I encourage you to reach out to that fella because he does a great job. So anyways, nonetheless, let's dive in. Here is the number one thing I'm curious about.
Yes.
What's the allure of Greenville?
Greenville, it was when we were out there searching, and we were searching for another place to live and to get out of California. We found this place on the map and started researching on the internet, and it was, in my mind, it was like a Hallmark channel. And that was the lure of Greenville to me. I first saw this, I'm like, this looks like a beautiful place. And it truly was. And after coming on down here, the wife and I, and getting to see the downtown Greenville and just how pretty it was, not just how pretty it was, how clean it was too, and how nice everybody was and how they treated their streets. Coming from California and from the LA area, all you see is a bunch of gum, cigarettes, a lot of other nastiness going on in the streets that should not be allowed. And it was a shock to me. It was an eye-opener that there are other places, beautiful places in the U.S. that don't have all of that disgust on the streets. And that was like one of the biggest and one of the very first things that we saw, other than the amount of restaurants and the amount of the nightlife, or even the day life, and just everything that Greenville provided to you for such a small town. And I do come from a small town of Westlake Village, but this really is a small town, but like a big town. It really has
It's a little big town.
It truly is.
Yeah.
It has so much for families, has so much for kids. It's a big little town.
Yeah, got that backwards.
Oh, it's a big little town?
Big little town.
Yeah, it's a big little town. It's a fun big little town.
It is.
You guys even have a zoo here right down the street. You literally have almost everything.
I would say so. What is one thing we're lacking from your perspective?
Magic Mountain.
Magic Mountain?
Yeah,
is that from Disney?
That's like Disney. No,
okay.
it's like a theme park.
Okay, gotcha. We don't have anything. We've got Carowinds.
I've never been there.
Yeah.
Nice.
The more you know.
All right, good.
Well, it's not here. It's in South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and who cares about Magic Mountain? Or go to Orlando, if you want to get your Disney fix.
We have the Swamp Rabbit Trail. We have the trail.
The trail's beautiful. Yeah. I love it. Springtime.
So you said that kind of, you found it on a map.
Yes.
And then it looked like a Hallmark channel.
Yes.
Were you just on Google?
Pretty much.
Yeah, so you're doing your research online, just like whoever's watching this right now probably typed in moving to Greenville.
Absolutely.
Saw a video of these two knuckleheads, clicked on it, but nonetheless, you were just searching.
Just searching. You know what, I'll give this up to my wife. She's the one who went on there, and she'd get very mad at me. She's like, you're not going to take all the credit for finding the most beautiful place in the U.S. All right, wifey, you got this one. But she was searching, and she literally, on the internet, just going through. And how she first started it was, she was looking for the top 5 best places to raise a Catholic family.
Okay.
And so gave her that list. she started going through it, and that's when she saw that Greenville was, like the Hallmark Channel was so beautiful. And then she just kind of started going down. And she's like, look at the waterfalls, look at this, look at that. And after we kind of narrowed everything down, especially the school system out here, that was like a big one.
Yeah.
Even though, you might have a beautiful place, but when you have kids, you got to make sure that their education, is right there. It's not all about just us. And the Riverside School area in Greer, I think it was a 9 out of 10 stars. And so that was like the big part about the whole internet search too.
Yeah.
And that's, so that's why after checking off all the boxes and seeing which one would be best for us, then we decided, let's go visit Greenville. And then that's when we literally just jumped on a plane.
Yeah.
And to come see this.
One of many trips out here on a plane. The one thing that we haven't talked about yet, and we'll probably get to, but I'll give you a teaser real quick. I've helped Jesse and his wife. I've helped Jesse's father. I've helped Jesse's sister. And now I'm helping Jesse's in-laws, which is really, really cool. So thank you to your family for being so kind to me and for trusting me in my business, for sure.
Oh, you're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for taking us on.
Yeah,
Thank you for doing an amazing job.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's
honestly.
been great. It's been fun. Seen a lot of houses with you.
Seen a lot of houses. Yeah, no doubt. And the cool thing too, and one of the things I enjoy in my business is, number one, helping people relocate to Greenville, and trying to thoroughly make sure that is a really good process, and help people just like you make sure that you make the best informed decision.
Yeah.
Because you're familiar with Westlake Village, right? But only what you've researched about Greenville.
I know only what I know.
And sometimes that can be a dangerous thing, because when you're buying a house, you don't want to get it wrong.
No, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of time.
You don't want to get it wrong. You don't want to be doing it again in 2 years.
That's a lot of stress and pressure from the wife yelling at you in the wrong house. I don't want that.
Yeah, so that's one thing that I enjoy and take a lot of pride in, is making sure that together we're going to make the best informed decision, find the right house, not rush into it.
Yeah,
Would you
absolutely.
say that was your experience working together?
It really was. It was a very good, relaxed experience working with you.
Awesome.
And, we found the right property. We went to the very first one. It was not the right one. We had some fun with the negotiations and dealings. And
yeah, we sure did.
That's all part of it, though. I like that part. I enjoy that part. It's fun to me.
Yeah.
But then we found this winner, and it's great.
Yeah.
And it's all part of the experience.
Absolutely. So I don't want to get too off track, but one of my favorite memories of us working together, I was in Breckenridge, Colorado, and we're on vacation, and my phone starts blowing up, because in real estate, when you go out of town, your phone typically goes nuts. And I'm sitting there, and this guy calls me from California, and he's like, hey man, we want to put in an offer on this house. And I was like, all right. So, I'm sitting there, I'm like, well, dinner's going to have to wait tonight. And, we start kind of playing that game. We put in the offer and talking business, and that was really, really good. And, that one didn't work out, but sometimes when it doesn't work out, there's a purpose behind that. And now you found a house in the same neighborhood.
Yes.
And you've been living there for about a year now.
6 months, I think. We've been in there 6 months. We've had it for about a year.
You've had it for about a year.
Yeah.
Had it for about a year.
Oh my gosh, yeah, we've had it. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
We were living there for the first 4 months.
I know it. And so a lot of times when somebody's relocating to the area, right, you might be in California, you could be in Alaska, wherever it might be. It's challenging for you to perhaps be here for every showing appointment. And one of the things that we did is, hey, if you're interested in this house, I'll go FaceTime it with you.
Yeah.
And then once I'm done, I'll go back through, I'll take another video, upload it to a Google Drive, make sure that you can go back and watch that video. But, Jesse goes under contract on his now house, and he comes in during his due diligence. He flies in from California, and I'm standing there in the driveway, and I'm thinking, my God, I hope he loves this house, because otherwise this is going to be a bummer. And sometimes that's the trick of the trade, right? Understanding that there is that risk.
Yeah.
But it's what I do just about every day. And it's something that I've got comfortable in, and kind of helping assure people just like you that, hey, it's going to be okay. This is the way that we're going to play this game here, and we're going to play it really, really well.
Yeah.
So anyways, I want to get back to it. So you said Greenville. What other places were you considering?
We were looking in places in Texas, Colorado Springs, and those were probably the main ones. We didn't want to go to the desert, to Arizona. Nothing in California. It was a complete, let's leave California as a whole. So it didn't really matter if it was north or south. And, Texas, too flat.
Yeah.
Colorado Springs is becoming the new California. They're pretty much doing all the same type of rules and regulations California's doing. So we'll probably watch the demise of that over the years. And so then that's when it became, South Carolina. Let's go check out across the nation.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do you know anybody? No, that's good. Nobody gets to say my name for him. Let's leave.
And now you probably know half the town.
Yeah, that's good thing. That's the one other great thing about Greenville.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's Greenville or South Carolina. When I was talking about like the friendliness of the people. Also when it comes to the community that you brought up, and also business. Like immediately I was put into networking groups just from people I knew. A friend of mine from California ran into a guy in Nashville at the bar. Said, oh, my good friend's moving to Greenville. My friend didn't even heard of Greenville until I brought it up. And he's like, okay, I'm going to put you in contact with him. Next thing you know, I give the guy a call. He's like, hey, let's meet up. Let's go to drinks. And he's part of this networking group. He's one of the CEOs of it. And he just helps people kind of get in touch with companies or invest in companies on the tech side. But right then, I was immediately in this group.
Yeah.
Had friends, been going to this group every single Tuesday. It is so relaxed, but everybody is very welcoming out here. Everybody is down to help when it comes to business or life. My neighbors are great. I could not have chosen better neighbors on
now
either
you're gonna have
side
to
of
send
me.
this to them so they can feel
Oh yeah, Dirk, Max, you guys, it's the whole entire, the Moon family, all the kids running around the streets. Like the community is amazing. It's they brought food over. The holidays we go out on the cul-de-sac and we have a drink. They're so welcoming, and it was such an easy move into our area, into our house, and just into this area because of them and because of everybody else. Where I'm from, I loved helping people out with business. Loved it. It was, if you can make money and you can kill it and you become rich, and I helped in any type of way, makes me happy. I don't need any money from it, need nothing from that. You go kick some butt.
Yeah.
And that's how I always was growing up and still am. And I plug in as many people as I can.
Yeah, you do a great job of that.
And everybody out here does the same. I can't say the same for the people in LA.
Gotcha.
It's not like that. Everybody is for themselves. They literally give two craps about what you were doing or if they can help you out whatsoever. Unless you find that one, good solid friend group that I have. But other than that, that's why it was really fun to see that out here.
So, coming from the West Coast then, would you say that Southern hospitality was something that was new to you, met your expectations, or you kind of had strange thoughts about what the hell, stop being so friendly? What was your experience with that?
It met my expectations.
Okay.
Yeah, I was hoping for it, and I've heard about it, and I was not weirded out by it whatsoever. I welcome people dropping off bottles of tequila or wine. You guys go for it.
Yeah.
Bring me over. I don't find it weird one bit. To each their own. But no, it was, I loved it. I was just so happy to see that that's what I thought it was going to be like, and it actually was.
That's awesome. So I'm glad that your experience has kind of met your expectations.
Yeah.
Have you started saying y'all yet?
A little bit.
A little bit? Does it feel weird?
It does.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Don't worry. You'll get used to it.
I feel like I'm an imposter or something.
So, one thing that I tell my clients when they're moving here is they're like, well, how am I going to make friends? And I was sitting down and having a really good conversation with a gentleman last week. And he was like, you're not from here, Reed. How did you make friends? And the answer is it takes effort, right? Now, it is a welcoming environment where it might be a little bit easier than other places, but it takes effort and it takes time. And don't let that be a frustration when you move here, oh, Greenville's not exactly what I thought it was going to be because I don't have any friends. Well, if you sit in your house and don't do anything, you're never going to meet anybody. And there's so much to do here, whether it is to go out to dinner or go outside and, you know, be on the trail or whatever. You got kids, get involved at their school. That's an important piece of the conversation, because you can love your house, you can love all the things about Greenville, but ultimately at the end of the day, it's the people that you surround yourself with that make, you know, living here so special. Now, one of the things that I kind of want to talk about is maybe your home buying process, right? Because if you're watching this video, that's part of our transaction. You're going to need to move here, buy a house, rent a house, whatever, but you're probably interested in real estate. So let's talk about that. Your home buying process, walk me through that. You know, there's nothing too big or small. What was your criteria? You know, where did you land? Was there anything that was frustrating, surprising? I mean, you name it. I'm going to give you free reign with this.
You know, the very first thing I can say to anybody when you guys are about to move anywhere, across the nation, down the street, is do your due diligence, research. Because that is probably one of the biggest things that we did, or that my wife did, that she researched every little ounce of this area. So there was nothing really too surprising. It wasn't like, oh, we didn't really know that. She did her homework.
Yeah.
And the process, kind of like I was saying before, was we needed a house that could fit our family. There's 4 of us, so we knew how many rooms we want. I wanted a backyard because I love being outside. I want my kids to be outside.
And you got the best backyard.
I love my backyard.
There's a pool, there's a putting green.
I don't care if it's 10 degrees. I'm out there putting away at nighttime. You know, I will do by 5 to 10 minutes of putting time. The area, you know, you got to research, make sure the area, especially when you're going to buy a home and you're thinking about investment and long term, that find a place that you know that your house is going to appreciate. And there's a criteria that goes along with that. Schools is a very big thing. Understanding what businesses are around, kind of watching projects that are being put up, where are hotels being put up, where maybe certain type of community malls, because these type people research these areas for a good 5 to 10 years because they know the growth and they know the expansion, they know how much money is going to be coming into it. So with that said, when there's money around the area, that means your neighbors and your community are going to take care of their house. And that was another criteria. I wanted to make sure that our area, you know, is it going to be well kept? And it is. It's a very well kept area. Everybody respects their property and they respect their neighbor's property. Yeah. Because you don't want to go spend all the time and money, find an amazing house, and then the neighbors next to you, nobody mows their lawn. They just let all the plants go to crap. Yeah. So that was a big one, which we landed great on. That everybody really loves the area that we live in.
And what part of town are you in? If you share?
In Greer.
Okay.
Yeah. Haven't been so close to grocery stores before. And one thing I love, greatest store ever, Harris Teeter. Harris Teeter is amazing. I don't know about any of you guys, but I walk into Harris Teeter, and especially if it's a Thursday or Friday night, it's like a club is going off. It's like their party time. You got a band in there, and then the band's going off. They have a bar in the middle.
You can walk around, get your groceries with a beer or wine.
Oh, it was the very first thing I did. And I took a picture and a video of it, and I sent to all my friends back at home saying, what are you guys doing tonight? I'm doing grocery shopping with 2 beers in my basket.
You had 2? Wow, you were double fisting while you were grocery shopping.
She had a long list.
Okay, right? Fair enough. It was a long list.
Okay, it was just toothpaste. I was just not going to go back. I just got to love Harris Teeter. Everybody is so friendly there. And every family member that comes out here, we literally take them to Harris Teeter. Yeah. And they love it. They're like, oh my gosh, has everything too.
So you're probably wondering why in the heck we're talking about a grocery store. But there's truth to this. And so, you know, Jesse lives in a different part of town than I do. But if I've had kind of a day where I'm like, I just need to get out of the house, I will go to Harris Teeter. And if I'm like, I just need kind of some human interaction, whatever, right? Because there's days where I can sit down on my sofa, work from home, be on the computer, making calls, and I'm like, oh my gosh, get me out of here, right? I'll go to Harris Teeter, and it's one of my favorite things because I will run into so many people I know. It is a pleasant place, and it just makes my day.
It really, it's a great
amazing.
Place. It is fun.
It's in a way, when we talk about community, where I'm like, oh, I'll go see my community.
Yeah. That's why, like, this whole entire community aspect, like everything, you know, the welcome to Greenville, You know, it is just, it really has a lot for you to look forward to and has a lot for you to enjoy. It literally, and Harris Teeter is right in the mix of that one.
That is a new one. We need to do a video just on Harris Teeter, I think.
Oh, I'll walk around with a beer in my hand talking to everybody in Harris Teeter.
So you have kids. How has that adjustment been for them?
You know, that probably was our biggest fear. Having our kids leave, you know, they're 8 and 6, and taking them away from their home, away from their family, from their school. You have no clue on how they're going to react. I mean, I know that kids are resilient. They're going to bounce back. They're going to be completely fine. But is that going to be a week, a month, 2 months? They adapted so quickly. They adapted quicker than my wife did by far.
Wow.
And they were just so happy. They came here, loved the backyard. I have to say, having the pool in the backyard was made the summer much easier.
Sure.
And they, right away, we're right there. We're in the pool every single day. So, I mean, that absolutely helped. But other than that, they never once complained. Never once said, I miss home. Never once said that, you know, I wish I want to go back. I want to see my friends. I mean, over time, they're like, oh, I do miss that one friend.
Yeah.
But as soon as they start school, they never said, oh, I miss our old school. They're like, oh, this school's so much better. Sorry for the school back there, but they did say, they're like, all the teachers smile at me and say hi, even if they're not my teacher. Yeah. And they're like, no teachers back at home. If they weren't your teacher, they didn't smile at you.
Yeah.
And like, and all the kids here is just so nice and so polite.
Yeah.
That made me so happy.
And I think that is awesome that you share that, because if you're considering moving here and you've got a family, you got kids, and you're like, I don't want to uproot them from, you know, their routine, whatever that might be. You can kind of hear his testimony there saying that, hey, it's actually been much better than we expected. So thank you for sharing that. Now, one piece that I'm interested in is, were there any surprises for you? Because not only did you come here and buy a wonderful house, but it was also your first house that you purchased, correct?
Yeah.
So thanks to the California market for that, right?
Yeah, thank you, California.
What surprises did you have, whether it was moving to Greenville or purchasing a home?
You know what, there were no big surprises.
Okay.
I think we kind of mentally got ourselves prepared. So there was nothing on that side of things. I'm very used to adjusting, pivoting, and you know, just making things happen. So when it came to that side of things, that was easy. Maybe the biggest surprise was that your guys' grass out here goes dormant, and now my grass is
now it's brown.
Yeah, it looks brown. I'm not used to that color. I think that was the only surprise. And asking my neighbors, what are we supposed to do? He's like, no, you just leave it alone.
He'll come back.
Yeah, he'll come back.
He'll come back.
Okay. Yeah, no surprises when it came to the community, when it came to the purchasing of the house. It all kind of flowed, and it flowed very well. One, because of you.
Well, thank you.
You know, you prepared us. You handled the back end of it, the paperwork and everything. So when it came to that was very. You made it very easy, and then the community itself, just how everybody is out here. There was nothing thrown in our faces that we're like, oh my gosh, we're not expecting that.
Yeah.
Now that's for everybody out there. Remember, I'm coming from California, so if you're coming from Maine or you're coming from New York or Florida, you may have a different type living situation. I'm just saying, for where I'm at and what we deal with out there, it is much different. Things out there are always harder, and people don't realize that. And that's what's so funny is pretty much everybody in California nowadays is everybody who wants to be a Californian from a different state. And they come out there thinking that California is easy. You guys are in a world of hurt. And this is why a lot of you move back out. You have no clue on how expensive and physically and mentally demanding. And I guess one of the other things I loved it out here was this area in this place is not toxic. The people out here are happy. Everybody has a smile on their face. Nobody is stressed out of their mind where they're literally hating life. It is such a different feeling. It's an amazing feeling. You can go places. Hey, money's money, and money will always stress people out, but there's a different type of stress, and you can feel this too when you're in a conversation with somebody or talking about business, that I've always so used to our entire lives being about business, about making money, because that's like, it was so hard to survive. And out here, it's calmer. Everything is not about that. There's a lot of faith out here, which is great to see. Love that. Tons of faith out here. And it's, I think that has a lot to do with it too. Yeah. And that's why when my wife was finding, a great area to raise a Catholic family, there's so many different, churches out here. Church on every corner, beautiful churches.
Totally, yeah. Totally. Lots of churches. Now, it's interesting you kind of talk about, people maybe being calmer, and this has absolutely nothing to do with real estate or relocating to Greenville. I was having a really interesting conversation the other day, and they were talking about worry. This guy's like, I'm a worrier. And we kind of started talking through, and I was like, well, worry is the antithesis of faith. Think of that.
It is.
Like, if, I don't say this like, oh, I'm a prophet or profound. Like, no, I'm just a normal dude. But like, if you're worrying all the time, like, maybe try faith.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, we're in the South, the Bible Belt. Is it the Bible Belt? I don't know. There's a lot of churches. My editor is nodding. He said, yes, it's the Bible Belt. So we're in good shape. Fact checker on the spot. What would you have done differently, if anything?
That's funny you said that. That was the only question. The only thing going through my mind is, if I could do this differently, what would I do? And I came up with nothing.
Get here sooner.
Get here sooner.
Faster.
Oh, there it is. Don't purchase a house and then sit across the nation staring at it on Zillow. Right? That's not fun. Oh, what I would also do different too is, along with that, is try to shut off all my power and everything else, because paying for bills that you're not even living in, that one was frustrating.
Yeah,
that was bad.
I get that. Yeah. I get that. That's fair. So really, kind of as we come to a conclusion here, a couple more questions, so don't click to the next video yet unless you're going to another on my channel. What advice do you have to people if they're on the other side of this camera right now? They're like, man, it's been a really good conversation. These two knuckleheads trying to be David Letterman and whatever, not as handsome.
I thought I looked more like Jay Leno, but...
Well, Jesse did some push-ups before we got on camera, if you can't tell.
Are the veins showing yet, Reed?
But...
it's all the peptides, man.
It's all the peptides, yeah. Well, that's a good segue here. Tell them a little bit maybe about your industry, because this is Get to Know Greenville, and if you're moving here, maybe there's an opportunity for you to get to know Jesse, maybe do business together. What's kind of your story, your business background? I'm going to brag on you for a second. You might not love it. Jesse did play in the NFL, which I think is really, really cool. If you can't tell, he's like 6'7" when he stands up and massive. He looks like a mannequin. But nonetheless, if you'd kind of talk about that for a second.
Yeah, absolutely. If you guys are coming out here, anybody coming out here, and you're kind of worried about the business life and the work life, there is a lot out here. This area is up and coming in many different ways, and it's great to see that. The tech is sprouting out here. Mm-hmm. The different type of car industries, and of course the furniture industry in North Carolina. And when it comes to health and fitness, I'm in the health and fitness business. I've been in it for over 20 years. Like I said, my background was football, and then I became an inventor. I wanted to become an inventor because my great-grandfather was an inventor. He invented the orange cone and the interlocking mats.
Did he really?
Yeah.
The orange cone?
The orange pylon cone.
No way.
And yeah, my second cousin still runs the business, and they just moved to Tennessee.
That's awesome.
And so I created that, and like when I was in elementary, I put down in a book what I wanted to be. I wanted to be an NFL athlete, and I wanted to be an inventor. Mm-hmm. And I can cross this both off. Awesome. I hold a couple patents. I've invented 3 or 4 different products, and that's what kind of got me into the whole fitness side. But in Greenville, if you like health and fitness, if you got the Swamp Rabbit Trail, you got everybody. That's one great thing about out here too, is a lot of people are outside. You got the biking industry big out here. You got the cycling and all that. You got actually a couple pro cyclists that live, maybe one in Greenville, another one in Greer. Yeah. So you got a huge cycling, nutrition and healthy eating is definitely up and coming. There's, like I said about the restaurants out here, the restaurants are amazing, and you can literally find anything. Yeah. What doesn't matter, whatever you want, from sushi to a great steak, you'll be able to find it out here. Mm-hmm. But I see that the health industry is really starting to take off out here. And there are not that many other industries that Greenville cannot supply or help with.
Yeah.
And so if you are looking to move out here and you have any worries about that, I wouldn't worry too much. Have some faith.
Yeah.
All right, it's dive into it, research it, and see where you could take it. Because Greenville has a lot to offer. If you want to be in the hotel business, you know,
No doubt.
yeah, they got a lot of hotels down there in downtown Greenville.
Yeah. Greenville is a really good place, and I think, you know, that's something that I'm hearing from you too. I love living here, and I don't ever want to persuade you to move here. That's not my goal. My goal is to, number one, be your real estate advocate, to counsel and advise. You're the decision maker. I recognize that. But if you do have questions, that's what, you know, these videos are for, is to try and answer them in advance. And if there's something that we don't cover, I'd love to talk to you about that. Now, earlier we mentioned, you know, get to know Greenville. And again, I can talk about Greenville real estate all day long, but I want to talk about, you know, the stories and get to know Greenville of what makes this place special, kind of allow it to resonate with other people who might be watching this. And this has just been an awesome conversation. I knew it was going to be, because this guy was going to be here. So thank you for taking the time.
I got one thing to say to everybody that's coming out here. I mean, Greenville is an amazing place, and it's so funny. I got to see a lab, actually a laboratory inside Greenville, right downtown. You would never think it's on Main Street. But if you're coming to Greenville, and you're coming from any state, come to Greenville to be part of Greenville and the South Carolinians. Carolinian?
Yeah.
Don't bring your garbage from wherever you're coming. One of the biggest things I told Reed, and I tell everybody out there, that when you first say that you're coming from California, they get this look in their eyes like, oh no. I'm like, no, I'm one of the good ones. I go, plus, I'm not gonna bring any of my California garbage. I wanna be part of South Carolina. I wanna be part of who you guys are. I'm not bringing anything that should not belong here. And that is what a lot of people, especially nowadays in pretty much any state, that they try to bring who they were, or they try to leave that place, and obviously it's a huge topic right now.
Yeah.
Try to leave their spot to go to a different spot because they don't like their one spot, but they brought all their garbage and crap with them from that spot, trying to conform everybody in that area to be like them. Don't do that, and because the people out here don't like that. They don't like that at all. They want you, if you're coming here, you be part of their culture. You understand who they are and enjoy it. Actually embrace it and have fun with it, because it is so much fun learning a different type of culture in, you know, South Carolina, the South. It's different out here, and it's fun.
I'm so glad that you touched on that, because I would have forgotten, and driving home I would have been beating myself up. I think if you're on the West Coast and you're like, oh, what is the public perception going to be when I tell somebody that I moved here from California? Are they going to kind of give me a dirty look? That is awesome. I have worked with numerous people from California all over the United States, and everybody that has moved here, just like Jesse and his family, have been a wonderful asset to our community. And I think that's important. You know, kind of you were talking, and the thing that I'm thinking is, wherever you go, there you are.
Yes.
And you're coming to a new place, a wonderful place. You know, be a value add.
Yeah.
Be a value add, because it's already awesome. And we look forward to having you guys here in Greenville, if this is the place that you choose to move to. If it is, if you're considering moving here, I look forward to having the opportunity to work with you and just be your advocate and help make it a smooth and successful transaction in calling Greenville, South Carolina home. So Jesse, man, I can't thank you enough. If you have any questions, contact me using the information available on the screen. Don't forget to reach out to Harrison for all of your financial and mortgage needs. And amazing, super awesome. Jesse, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Reed.
Appreciate you, brother.
Everybody out there, use this guy as a resource.
Boom.
Make
Mic
your life
drop.
easy, all right?
Mic drop, we love it.